Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm, of course, your host, Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys are having a fantastic day and that you're looking after yourselves and one another. Here in Edmonton for a Monday afternoon. 1 minute it's raining, next minute it's sunny, and it's about 14 degrees Celsius. Perfect day to stay in and do another segment of Live Album Spotlight. Now, this is a really good one, actually. In this segment of Live Album Spotlight, I'm going to be covering Santana, and the album is Lotus. As you can tell from those pictures, what you see there is the 2017 reissue triple CD Japanese release of Lotus. I happen to have in my hot little hands here a copy of said Japanese reissue, as you can tell, complete with the obi strip. This obviously, this copy of the CD is larger than your standard jewel case CD version. And I'm going to attempt to open this up for you and show you the venue inside. There's a photo of the venue that is now known as the Oryx Theater in Osaka, Japan, where the concerts took place. There we go. Again, forgive the glare of the computer screen. The music for this album was recorded July 3rd and 4th, 1973 in Osaka, Japan, again at the Oryx Theater. This version of the CD was released again as a reissue in 2017. There have been many versions. The original album was released only in Japan in May of 74, then in Europe in November of 75, and again, finally in North America in 91 as a double album. The triple version of the CD comes with two booklets, and I have to make sure I have the proper side up because I've made a couple of mistakes here. First of all, I'll show you the front cover. Here you go. This contains text on, there we go, avoiding the glare. It contains text on the information about the band and about the tour. Okay. The text is, unfortunately, in Japanese. I cannot read Japanese. Would be easy if I could, sorry, but I'm not that talented. So I will show you inside here. There's another great shot of the venue with Carlos Santana on stage. There you go. Another great shot. That is only the first booklet. The second booklet that comes in this set is a program reproduction of the tour. The music for the tour was for the Caravanserai album from 72. There you go. In here is pictures of the band. This is the official tour program. And here, I'll show you quick. You have a fantastic shot of Michael Shreve, drummer, in full action. And on the back, you have a picture of the Abraxas album cover. For me, the infamous Abraxas album cover. Now, as I said, this is an expanded version of the album. There are 30 tracks on this album. on this version of the album. 7 have been released specifically on this version. The album was also originally released solely in Japan on triple CD. Listen to me. No CDs in 1974. Triple album. The album was produced by Carlos Santana, along with members of the band, including Michael Shreve. At this point, in the band's history, they were in a bit of a state of transition. Greg Raleigh and Neil Schon had left the band. Greg Raleigh has said that they came to an impasse in terms of the kind of music that they wanted to do. Greg Raleigh wanted to continue to do the music in the vein of Oye Como Va. And Carlos Santana wanted to go off into more of a jazz fusion vein, and he had just rediscovered his spirituality and wanted to go into that form of music. So they came to an understanding that this was not for this version of the band was not to continue. There was also an incident involving a hotel pool that Carlos Santana apparently got dunked in the pool by Greg Raleigh because Greg Raleigh didn't want to be splashed, and silliness like that. But they basically, he and Neil Schon left the band. They went on to form Journey and had much success with Journey, as you all know. In this version of the band, you have Carlos Santana on guitars and Ecoplex, Leon Thomas on vocals and maracas, Armando Peraza on timbales, Richard Commode on Hammond organ, Tom Coster on Hammond organ, Doug Roche on bass, and Michael Shreve on drums, and also Jose Aredes on percussion. So this album, as I said, this version of this album, as I said, triple CD version, 30 songs, 7 unreleased tracks. What to say about this album? Quite a bit. A lot of music, a lot of jamming, a lot of instrumental tracks, a lot of improv, extended pieces of music. Starts off with the track Meditation. The MC for the show introduces the band in Japanese. Then there's like about a 20 to 30 second quiet spot, like period, on the track, and then it kicks into the track Going Home. I remember when I first had this in the van and Bob was listening to it with me, after Meditation kicked in and there was that like 30-second quiet spot, Bob said to me, is this album ever going to bloody, effing play? Like, where's the music? So Going Home, fantastic track. It goes into another new track at the time, A1 Funk. Then the 11-minute, 38-second like opus of Every Step of the Way. Black Magic Woman, fantastic vocals from Leon Thomas, segue into Gypsy Queen, a beautiful version of Oye Como Va. Again, there's a lot of free, jamming and improv on these tracks. Beautiful, nice, thick, rich tone from Carlos Santana. And it's got to say, he uses the Ecoplex on this album quite a bit throughout the performance. Next, after Oye Como Va, there's 3 previously unreleased tracks: Japan, Bambele, and Interesting song title. All 3 previously unreleased. CD 1 ends with Yours is the Light. A lot of these tracks have a real spiritual feel to them. A lot of jamming, a lot of improv, a lot of give and take between the musicians. There's a lot of soloing and there's a lot of space in the playing, in that Santana lets the band members take a solo whenever they want. It's got to be said, it's fantastic, right? It's a very immersive experience when you listen to this album. I should also say that this album, this version of the CD is an SACD, so Super Audio CD. So you can play it on Super Audio CD players, also your conventional standard CD players. But I must carry on with the track listing here. And CD2 starts off with Batuka, and it goes into Zibata, sorry. Okay. Segueing into Stoneflower, the intro. Then comes Waiting, okay, from the debut album. And the audience really, really responds to this track. A lot of clapping, a lot of, I imagine head bopping going on with this. Fantastic. Then it goes into Castillo de Arena Part 1. Another new track, Free Angela. Samba di Sausalito, comes next, followed by Mantra. Again, a lot of percussion solos on this. Armando Perazza and Jose Aredes really step up. I mean, their playing is breakneck tempo, like unbloody real. After Samba di Sausalito, Mantra follows. Then there's a track called Kyoto, which clocks in at 9 minutes plus. Fantastic drum solo from Michael Shreve, like unreal. He, to me, is almost like an unsung hero on this track. Unbloody real. After Kyoto comes the segue back into Castillo de Arena Part 2, followed by Light of Life. And the last track on CD2 is Se Acabo. Okay. CD3 starts off with Samba Parti. Beautiful version of this. Another new track, Mr. Udo, which was not on, from what I understand, was not on the original album. The creator has a master plan, another spiritual themed track. Fantastic, again, soloing by Carlos Santana. Savor is next. There's a conga solo, which I imagine is a duet between Armando Perazza and Jose Aredes. And the album ends off with the Toussaint Louverture and Incident at Nebashu, or Neshabu. Incident at Neshabu. My apologies. And the incident at Nebashu, I'm saying that. The incident at Neshabu, clocks in at 16 minutes and 30 some odd seconds. Extremely long, extremely intense. I've said this on other shows before. This, for me, is an ass shaker of a live album. It gets you moving. It gets your feet moving, your fingers snapping, your ass shaking. I swear to God. Carlos Santana had released another album in the 70s, 77 actually, called Moonflower. That album was a combination of studio tracks along with live tracks. This is fully live. It is very it's a very spiritual album, because to me, Carlos Santana is one of those guitarists that basically lives through his guitar. His existence is through his guitar playing. He lives to play guitar, and you can really tell on this album, much like other musicians like Slash from Guns N' Roses, Jeff Skunk Baxter of Doobie Brothers and Steely Dan has said that group musicians like Slash, basically the guitar is an extension of them. And I truly believe this of Carlos Santana. his guitar is an extension of him. You take away his guitar, you take away his essence, really. And his essence is all through this album. It is amazing. It is fan-bloody-tastic. The downside to this album is the cost. Okay. I got this album a couple of years ago, and I paid $108, and with taxes, it turned out to be like $112 through Amazon. Okay. I found the same album, the same version of this album on Amazon through the same seller for, wait for it, $670.34. No, I refuse. If you can get this album for $100, like just over $100, you are fortunate. You can get this album on Amazon. You can get the 2 CD version on Amazon. You can get the 3 CD version if you want to spend that much money. Unfortunately, people get greedy. And when they get greedy, I, in my own way, walk away from it because I think it's just effing ridiculous that you would spend or try and charge over $500 for a CD set like this. Again, you can get this on eBay. You can get this on Discogs. The reason why I picked it up on Amazon for $108 was because at the time, this was going for $950 for the Japanese version. You heard me correctly. $950. Ridiculous amount of money. But this album, if you can get either the 2 CD version or if you can find this triple CD version for a decent price, anywhere from 90 to $100, go for it. It is unbelievable. There are albums, like I've said in other shows, other videos, that you can put on, you turn off the lights, and you just let it play. And you just sit back, you close your eyes, and you immerse yourself into the music and into the experience of playing. For me, when I listen to Lotus, I feel like I am on stage, or at least up front, in the front row of the arena. And I'm watching this and I'm soaking it all in and I'm drinking it in with my eyes and my ears. This is that kind of album. I kid you not. Please check it out. You can stream it on YouTube. The full version is on YouTube. And you can listen to it there. Or if you want to spend the money, please, at your own risk. I've told you what's happening with the prices. You can check it out yourself and order it, or you can stream it on YouTube or try and get it at a cheaper price. But again, to me, this is the quintessential Santana live album. Literally, when you put the disc on, right from meditation, you feel like the doors to the arena are being shut and you're being just drawn into the music, and everything else goes by the wayside. And the playing time for this album is 156 minutes and 18 seconds. Okay, so believe me, it's a long album, it's intense, but it is worth it 1000%. So again, down below, down there, please let me know what you think of Santana Lotus. Do you like the album? Do you not like the album? Do you think that this album should have been made available earlier than 1991? Do you agree on having to pay $670 for this album, or should it be obviously lowered? I'd be surprised if people would say, yes, I would pay $670 or even $950 for a triple CD. But I digress. Anyways, put your comments down below. Please let me know what you think. In terms of other shows coming up, I will be doing the episode with Grant Arthur on Grant's Rock Warehouse. It's going to be moved to Friday. We're taping Friday afternoon at some point. I will be doing, and that episode is on the Tea Party on Triptych, their fourth release from EMI Canada from 1999. Please tune in to Grant's Rock Warehouse for that, and check out his channel for all other content. He has fantastic content. I will be doing a new music discovery episode on Joe Jackson, part 4, with Bill Schuster on, we'll be taping Friday, so that will be airing on Saturday. And the episode that I'll be doing with Grant Arthur will be, I would imagine, uploaded within the next couple of weeks after the taping. And also, finally, the elusive Pink Floyd album ranking episode. We will be taping it on Saturday, September 30th. There'll be a panel of 5 people. It'll be myself, Mr. Bill Schuster, Mr. Peter Kent from the Lizard King channel, Mr. Brian McFadden, who will be making his first appearance on this channel. Much appreciated, Brian. And Mr. Andrew Cox, who will be making a second appearance on this channel. So for the Pink Floyd album ranking, grab some food, grab something to drink, grab a pillow if you need to take a rest, because it's going to be a mammoth episode. We are going to be ranking all 15 Pink Floyd albums, and also I'm sorry, Ryan, I forgot to mention this. Ryan Gavalier might also be appearing on that episode. It has to do with Ryan. It has to do with scheduling. So if Ryan can make it, hopefully it'll be 6 of us. But at this point, it's 5 people doing the Pink Floyd album ranking. So I'm really looking forward to that. And that's coming up again Saturday, September 30th. We'll be taping Saturday night. It'll be airing Sunday night. Again, please look after yourselves and one another. Have a great day, and I will be seeing you soon with another new video. Bye for now.